When your ex wants space and time, what do you do? What does this mean? I'm going to talk about that and what it means, but also how you should respond to it when your ex is saying this to you and you're wondering, is this a breakup or is this temporary? What does this mean? Number one is that this is not normal. No matter what anyone tells you in psychobabble or what you hear on YouTube or TikTok, this is not supposed to be happening. This is not what couples do. People don't just need space in this way to where they ask for it and you don't hear from them for days. That's usually an indication something is wrong. And I'm not talking about just someone would like an afternoon to read or to be by themselves for quiet time or to maybe go with friends and spend the day golfing with the guys or brunch with the girls or whatever it is that someone might do just during a day or something. I'm talking about where they say, I want space or I want time, and it's days or more. That is when there's a problem because healthy relationships don't require that kind of space away from each other. Normal relationships, you're going to be communicating throughout the day. You're going to be texting back and forth. You're going to call. So the first thing to be aware of is don't kid yourself. This means something is wrong. Number two, a bit of good news. It could mean that it's not over. I have seen where people do ask for this kind of space and something is wrong, and they're able to reflect on it. They're able to think about things. They're able to be without you and even miss you, and things can restore and be the way that they were before. The vast majority of the time, when it does work out in such a situation, it's because the person on the receiving end of this request for space and time completely backed off. There was no contacting. There was no asking, have you had enough space? Have you had enough time? It was just complete silence because the ball is in the other person's court. When they tell you they need space and time, only they can know when they've had enough space and time. And they'll reach out to you at that point. And if you think about it, what does it say? Or what does it mean if this person asks for space and time and you never hear from them again? You really dodged a bullet if that's the case. Because who wants to be in a relationship that would be that difficult, that would require that level of mind reading and just frustration? So it's very important that if your ex has asked you for space and time, that you give it to them. You don't contact them. If they're wanting this, if they're wanting time away from you and to be away from you, you are going to give it to them. You're not going to challenge it. You're not going to push. You're not going to ask them if they've had enough time. You're going to let them come back to you at their own pace. That shows a lot of strength on your side. It shows that you're not someone who's going to freak out and who's going to pressure them or who's going to try to make them do something they don't want to do or who's going to enter their space when you're not welcome. And that's basically what you're being told. You are not welcome in my time and in my space right now. And when they get to that point where they feel like you are welcome and that they can handle this and that they have reached some level of resolution, they will reach out to you and they'll tell you that this time is over. And that's how you have to approach it. Or else you will put yourself in a relationship that's going to require too much of you doing mind reading, like I mentioned earlier, but also to where they feel like that they can't get to a place where you will leave them alone. And if the relationship is having trouble, you definitely don't want them feeling that, or else they will be hesitant to come back to you. Think about it. If they think that if they come back to you and then they have to leave again at some point, for whatever reason, that you're going to push and chase and prod and irritate them and things like that, then they're going to be less likely to take that chance by coming back to you. So show them that you can stay away, that you are strong enough to stay away, that there's more in your life than just them. Let them feel that. Before I get to number three, get more information on my emergency breakup kit. The link is in the description below, or you can go to myexbackcoach.com/EBK as in emergency breakup kit. That's myexbackcoach.com/EBK. It's a powerful guide to help you get your ex back. It gets into what happens when you two actually do start talking again, which is the most fragile part of the whole situation. It's the emergency breakup kit at myexbackcoach.com. Number three is not a fun one, but I will be getting to others that are more positive. But they could want to break up, but not want to have to do the dirty work of talking about it. They don't want that awkwardness. They don't want to see that they have hurt you, or they kind of just want to pretend that maybe they're not going to have to deal with it right now. So they're going to take a break and build themselves up, and then they might break up with you. I don't like saying that, but that is something that you should consider. That's another reason to leave them alone. Give them a reason to give it another chance. And if they think, wow, he can stay away from me or she can stay away from me, then they're more likely to be willing to try, because they know that if it doesn't work out, that you're not going to pester them and make trouble for them and all that kind of thing. Plus, as I mention a lot, showing that you are strong enough to stay away from someone is very attractive if they are thinking that they want to break up with you. And there's multiple reasons for that. One of which is that they realize they can actually lose you, that you are strong enough to move on, and that you're not going to just be permanently their backup plan in case they change their mind. And that puts some urgency on them, and that's a good thing. It does not always work, but it works a lot more than pestering them and reaching out and not giving them space, time, and silence. Trust me on that one. But I have to be honest with you and say that if they are asking for time and space, that it's very possible they are considering a breakup. So that's another reason. Stay away from them. Use the no contact rule in this situation. Let them get a preview that if they break up with you, they're not going to hear from you. That might make them reconsider. I see that. So trust that and trust silence. Number 4, you were too clingy. It could be that the relationship became out of balance and it seemed like you were way more into them than they were into you, and you wanted to just contact them every second and be with them every second. And maybe they are not at that place yet, or they don't feel the relationship is in that stage yet, or they just felt that out of balance in terms of the relationship. And that's usually a bad thing. It's almost always a bad thing if the relationship is out of balance. You really need to make sure that both of you are contributing, both of you are giving equal effort, and that there's not like one person who is chasing and pursuing the other and the other person's just sitting back and accepting it like worship or something. That will cause relationship trouble, even though the person who's getting all that pursuit and worship and feeling like they are so high up on that pedestal, they may like it at the time, but it will collapse the relationship, because that imbalance will affect both people. It will make the person who is pursued and worshiped, it will make them feel so far above the other person that their attraction for that person will inevitably disappear. It will disintegrate. And the person who's putting in all that, it can happen as well, that their attraction for the person that they are worshiping, that attraction will fall off, because they start to notice and say, I would like to be treated well and to be pursued and shown that I'm wanted as well. And it can cause bitterness and resentment, and that person can leave. So if the relationship is out of balance and you're ever at that point where you're the one who's getting more of the effort, you may think this feels great, that this person is so into me and I can just sit back and take this worship and it's going to be like this forever. Usually what happens is that other person will leave you for someone else, because that other person shows interest and love in them that they are showing to you but not getting in return. And such is the case with the subject we're talking about. If they ask you for space and time, it's possible that they are on the receiving end of all that worship from you and that one-sidedness, and it's overwhelming, and now their attraction for you has fallen because they are being treated like they are more attractive than you, and they kind of start to believe it. And so their attraction for you drops, and now they want to be away from you, because when you're attracted to someone, you want to be around them. You're pulled toward them. But when you are asking to be away from them, it always means attraction has fallen. Even if it's after an argument and they're angry at you, temporarily attraction has fallen. They're not wanting to be around you. That's just the basics of it. Number 5 is manipulation. It's possible that your ex or your person is using this to try to get you to do something, to act a certain way. Maybe they're thinking that you're not being romantic enough, or that you aren't giving them enough attention. And they're trying to manipulate you by threatening the relationship, which is always a bad thing to do. Do not threaten the relationship. That is an absolute worst case scenario. Don't threaten the relationship. But they could be doing that by wanting time and space, to make you worry, to make you sweat, and to, in some ways, manipulate you. And that's another reason. Give them that time and that silence, because they need to know that you're not going to try to come in and fix it. You're not going to do all the work and freak out. They need to know that they can't get to you, that they can't make you jump up and down and be their dancing monkey just because they said they need time and space. So it's good to show them that they're not going to get anything from you. When you don't do anything, that's actually called negative reinforcement. A lot of people think that negative reinforcement is when you do something specifically to punish, but negative reinforcement is when you don't do anything. Positive reinforcement is when you either reward or punish. Both of those are positive reinforcement examples. But when you do nothing, that's negative reinforcement. You are not reinforcing their action with any other action from you. And that's what you should do. Let them have that time and space. When they do start talking to you again, I discourage you from bringing up the time and space too much and really just kind of guilting them about it or complaining about it. Try to let it go, mostly because you don't want them to regret coming back to you or coming out of that and thinking, hey, this is going to be better now or something. You really want to celebrate that, kind of like the honeymoon phase or the limerence phase of a relationship. Just try to leave it in the past. Now, if it happens a lot, you're going to have to talk to them about it, because a relationship can't survive when someone keeps asking for time and space and wanting to be away from you for days. Like I said, something's wrong, and there could be another person in the picture that you don't want there. But when they do this, if it's a rare thing, but sometimes it happens, do your best not to complain when they come back. You don't want them to be punished for coming back to you. Remember to get more information on my emergency breakup kit at myexbackcoach.com. You can also book a coaching session with me there, or a coach on my staff. This has been Coach Lee. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this with someone who needs it. And as always, thank you for watching.